can you distinguish between the act of consciousness and the act of intelligence? Consciousness, one is perceiving an object, one is conceiving a thought. Consciousness is passive, is picking up information, acquiring knowledge. Knowledge is acquired through the act of consciousness. Whereas intelligence is, let's say, throws light upon what one is experiencing. For example, how do you know that a table is round? Because roundness is written in your intelligence. So somehow, as my father says, intelligence becomes consciousness when it is faced with an object or a thought. And if you avoid your mind in meditation, as we do, from thinking of a thought or perceiving an object, then intelligence takes over from consciousness. You could try that. This is a technique that is used in order to reach asamprajata samadhi, which is called illumination. You get to a point when the world seems to be remote. You know that you could perceive it, but your consciousness is offset. But then you remember the world such as it appeared, and now somehow you question the validity of the way you thought the world was. In other words, it was illusion, maya. So long as we are relying upon the act of consciousness, intelligence does throw light upon consciousness, upon what we perceive. But if we eschew totally relying upon consciousness, then all of a sudden we have a sense of meaningfulness which is really just amazing. It's just as though one has awakened from illusion and is grasping meaningfulness. So the Sufis call this revealed knowledge. That is a knowledge that is inherent within our being. In philosophy one calls it proto-critic knowledge, prior to our experience. So this is a technique used in meditation. Now we come across a very challenging thought. And so I read it the words of Jean-Paul Richter, because it's very, very challenging. He says, the unconscious is really the largest realm in our minds. And just on account of this unconscious, its unknown boundaries may extend far away. Why should everything come to consciousness that is in the mind? Since, for example, that of which it has already been aware, the whole great realm of memory only appears in it in small areas, while the entire world stays invisible in the shadow. So I know it's difficult to understand what he's saying. What he is saying is that we know things without being conscious of them. So this is what I'm talking about when we uncover intelligence rather than consciousness. What Richter is saying is that the realization that we encounter in the act of intelligence cannot be actuated in our conscious mind. We know it, but we are not conscious of it. And somehow our knowing of it does affect our way of understanding things. Actually, it is the thinking of the universe. And that is actually what both meditators and scientists are looking for, is to try to espy the thinking of the universe, the cosmic code.